Yo. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cornelia, if you don't know who I am already. My channel is Cornyco, and I talk a lot about things that happen in Japan, my life in Japan, working in Japan, and most things based around Japan, and a little random stuff on the side. So anyways, last night I was actually watching one of my favourite series, and it's 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if you know about it, but just in case you don't, it's about people who usually meet online, could be in person or online, and they decide to pursue a relationship, and sometimes it's for such a short time, and they decide to get engaged, and in order to move to the US and be together, they apply for a 90-day visa, and they have to, the terms and conditions is that they have to get married in that period of time, or they get kicked out of the country and they have to go back home. It's really interesting because you've got like a mixed bag of people, like there's lies and deceit, and sometimes they really are truly in love and just want to be together, and it's just difficult because they get judged and people are so skeptical of like long distance relationships or relationships where they haven't seen each other in person as yet and decide to get married so quickly. But anyways, so I was watching this show and absolutely loving it, and I posted on Instagram last night. It was completely cringe. I'll show you a clip.
He can't speak Portuguese. Look guys. Oh, it's so awkward. Oh, wait, it's a mum's face too. Oh.
But yeah, I was absolutely cringing because, you know, the whole interaction of meeting the parents for the first time, like the girlfriend didn't speak English, the boyfriend didn't speak Portuguese, the parents didn't really know what was going on. It was just awkward smiles all around. It was like, what the hell is this? And then it kind of made me reflect back onto my own personal experience and what it was like meeting Taku's parents for the first time. If you don't know who Taku is, he's my boyfriend. He's Japanese. I recommend to watch it even if you aren't in an LDR. It's just totally fascinating, and you always find yourself rooting for that person, or you find out, you know, you just end up rooting for their relationship and hoping that it's all real and that they make it. And I hope that you guys root for us, for Taku and I, because relationships, especially LDR relationships or relationships of two different cultures and races, isn't easy. You know, I'll probably speak more about that on another video, but yeah, so I can totally empathize with them, and yeah, just watch it. On one of my previous vlogs, Taku and I went to TSUKIJI market and to scope out the area, because we knew that his parents were coming over to Tokyo to kind of like hang out with their family and see their grandchild and stuff like that. So we were like eating the food and just trying things out and seeing what they might like. And the day came maybe about a month later or so, or a couple of weeks later, 2 weeks later, I'm not sure. We met up, and I decided, oh no, before that I had to prepare myself. Now I was thinking, okay, I have to make a really good impression, as any girlfriend would. You'd think, okay, what can I wear, what should I do? So I kind of got Taku's approval of what to wear. I ended up wearing like a navy blue dress. It's like it's got what's it called, oh, like a Peter Pan collar, like a white Peter Pan collar, and it's short sleeved here, and it kind of goes into a like skater type of cut. It like protrudes out a little bit, and I wore black tights under that with some shoes, my black working shoes or something. I just wanted to look really formal and kind of cute at the same time, and very angelic, you know. I wanted to give like the virgin, I'm a virgin, straight out of St. Peter's Church. I am a wholesome girl, but obviously you want to make a good first impression. But sadly, my tights kept falling down, and I was going to take them off, but I didn't know which one was worse. Having tights that were too big and baggy for my body and just kept falling down as soon as I started walking. I was like, crap, what am I going to do? Taku was panicking, and he was like, it'll be fine, just keep them on, because the skirt wasn't long and it wasn't super short, but if I was to take off my tights, it might look a little bit like, you know, a bit hoish. So I kept the tights on. So I prepared what I wanted to wear, and the next was I thought to buy them like a little tiny gift. I was like racking my brain, what can I buy? What can I buy? I don't know. Should I get, you know, some flowers? No. You know, how can I get a gift that's for both of them? And then I decided to settle on food. You can't really go wrong with food, and especially if it's Japanese food. Now, foreign food is a bit more risky because it's an acquired taste, and sometimes it can be a little bit too sweet or too salty, and I didn't want to really take that risk. So I brought Japanese food. I brought savory Japanese food and something sweet as well, and it was really cutely wrapped as well. If you don't know, here in Japan, they ask if you want them to wrap it, and if you say yes, they do a pretty good job, probably the best job I've ever seen of wrapping up gifts. And they put a little bow on, and you can write a little message if you want to, and it looks really nice. So yeah, I got something sweet and something savory. I'll probably put up some pictures because I'm not sure of what the names were, but I definitely know the savory thing was shumai, which is kind of the local food here in Yokohama, which is where I live. Yokohama has the biggest Chinatown in Japan. It's famous for Chinatown. So shumai is kind of a Chinese dish, but Yokohama has claimed it as its thing. So I bought shumai, and I bought some sweets as well. I think they were like kind of like a cake kind of texture, I believe. I was just there for like a whole hour in the store. I remember picking things out, like FaceTiming Taku, like, what do you think about this? Do you think it's a good taste? So because he knows his parents more than I do, I just thought, okay, if I get the approval from Taku, hopefully his parents will enjoy what I'm getting. He was like, you don't have to do all this, and I was like, no, I really want to make a good impression. So I purchased those two things. Yeah, and I wore my clothes and I was ready. My heart was pounding the whole journey on the train to TSUKIJI, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet them. I was excited because I finally get to see them in person, and for us it's like a step forward in the right direction. It's a big deal when you meet, you know, a person's parents, it's your boyfriend's parents, and it means that he's taking me seriously. So to bring me and present me to his parents, so I was really chuffed about that. We met at TSUKIJI, and greetings, I don't remember the greetings too much. I just remember saying hi, and we started walking and looking around TSUKIJI. It was kind of helpful that we had a place that they hadn't been before. It was all very new to them, so it was kind of like exciting and fresh for them. We'd been before, so we kind of like just let them take the lead and wandered around and kind of like had some small talk in between that time. And then we settled at a small little like cafe restaurant. I think it's like a restaurant or cafe, I don't know. We settled down, and I remember as we sat down like ready to order our food, I was just thinking, Taku, do not go to the toilet, do not leave me here alone, you know, because there's a lot of pressure to kind of like, what do you do when you're sitting alone and be awkward and stuff. But lo and behold, yes, he went to the toilet, took the opportunity and went to the loo, and I was like, oh god, now I'm gonna have to speak Japanese, the pressure. I managed to construct a few sentences, and his dad was like speaking with me, and it was actually a lot more smoother than I, you know, thought it would go. I was still really shy compared to my usual personality and character. I'm usually very open and confident, but I was just like, oh god, I'm shy, what should I do, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know, maybe they found that cute, but I was just like, this is embarrassing. Yeah, we had a nice conversation. I can't remember what the hell we were talking about, just small talk. But yeah, when he got back I was relieved. I was like, okay, you're back. But I made it on my own. I was so proud of myself. We ate, of course, fish, because that's what TSUKIJI is all about. It's a fresh fish place. So we ate sushi. Yeah, we ordered the food. We ended up having sushi, and no, they had sushi, and Taku and I ordered like a fish bowl, like a variety of stuff in the fish bowl. Don't remember what. He got the more expensive thing because it's his parents and they were treating us. I got something a little bit more cheaper because I felt bad. So, you know, I didn't go for the most luxurious thing. I enjoyed it. I don't think Taku admitted that he didn't really like the food though, and I don't know if the parents really liked the food because they didn't eat all the sushi. Taku and I ended up eating the sushi and we were stuffed. I can't tell the difference because I think everything's bomb. Compared to England, like the food is just amazing. So I was just like, nom 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 nom, eating it, enjoying myself. I was expecting to go halves with Taku and pay for them, but actually they paid for us, which was kind of surprising. And I did offer to pay about 3 times, like, you know, it's okay, we can pay kind of thing. No, 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 yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then finally we had to give in and Taku was like, it's fine, let's let them pay. So they paid for us and yeah, it was their treat and that was really nice too. That was a good vibe. We had conversation. His father speaks a little bit of English, his mother doesn't speak so much, but they were so friendly, and I was speaking a little bit of broken Japanese, but I did rely very heavily on Taku to speak and translate throughout the conversation. But it was a nice atmosphere. I don't feel like it was awkward actually, because the conversation just kept flowing. And we learned a lot about each other. I think they didn't realise, you know, what I really did and who I was, and hopefully they got a better idea of who I was. And it was refreshing because actually they decided to speak on their relationship, which I was totally shocked about, because if you don't know, here in Japan, like the culture of Japanese people are to be quite reserved, and they don't really speak on personal things or show that kind of side to them. They keep like that private, very private people. So yeah, for them to share personal information out of the blue whilst having this conversation, I was just like, whoa, they're actually a lot more open than I thought they would be. And it made sense because obviously Taku is very open. He wasn't always like that when he was younger, but he is, you know, a very friendly character, and I was getting the vibe from them both. They're totally open about themselves, and having that conversation with them made me feel a lot more at ease and more comfortable, and thinking like they're a little bit more open to me. It was nice, I enjoyed it. After that, we went for a walk throughout the day. I was just like, I was totally embarrassed. I had to explain that my tights were falling down and they were like giggling at me. I was mortified, obviously, just cringing the whole way through, but it was at least a good, you know, atmosphere and a good, it set a good tone. We had like the egg rolls, I forgot what they're called, but like these egg roll things, which are absolutely delicious. They ate like things like that, a lot of street food around Tsukiji. And oh yeah, I forgot, his mom brought me mochi. There's this, oh, the mochi is so good, and it's got like strawberries inside and cream and different fillings, and she brought me a whole case. I was so stuffed as well, and she brought me that as a gift, and I was like, no, you don't need to. I feel like there's something in the Japanese culture, it's like once you give a gift, and this is from like, you know, from the heart, and you don't expect anything back. When you give a gift, you don't and you shouldn't expect anything back, you know, it's just something you want to do out of the goodness of your heart. So here I feel like Japanese feel like obligated to give you something back, and I didn't realize until after, maybe it was because I gave them like the shumai and the sweets, and she felt like, oh, I've got to give you something back now, I've got to treat you too. But that wasn't the point. The point was I wanted to put my best foot forward and show them that I care, you know, I really want to give you something out of the kindness of my heart. But I was, obviously, if I'm going to take a gift, I'm going to take it. So I was chuffed. Yeah, I had mochi for like days because it was like a huge tray. So I was so happy about that. If you don't know what mochi is, if you don't know what mochi is, it's like kind of like a doughy, floury texture. It's actually rice, pounded rice, I believe, and it's kind of stretchy and gooey, and then inside could be whatever filling you want. Usually it's anko. I do not like anko very much, so the filling I chose in Tsukiji was like cream and fruit or something, like those kind of fillings, which were delicious. Oh, one had custard. Oh, it was so good. Oh yeah, side note, Tsukiji has moved from the original area. I don't know where it's based now. If you ever want to visit there, I'll put a link down below so you can find out where it is now. And I would recommend to go early in the morning if you want to see like the fish auction and stuff like that. But there are plenty of places to eat around Tsukiji, and I'd go there for the food, for the fresh fish and all the little snacks and mochi. It's amazing, so I would recommend to go. I kind of felt like I let myself down a little bit though, because I feel like here Japanese women are very much perfection, you know. Every time I see them, their hair's very like neat and in place, the clothes are ironed, they aren't wrinkled. I never really see too often a shabby looking woman here. They're always very well put together, so even the tights are just like skin tight, perfect fit. And so for my tights to be like wrinkled at the ankles and like a bit like, you know, baggy and falling down slightly, it was just cringe. Like, trust the foreigner. No, I can't be perfect all the time. It's just a shame it was on the day we decided to meet the parents. We said our goodbyes. They went to go and see Taku's brother and see their grandchild, and I felt really relieved, and I felt a sense of achievement and accomplishment until a couple of months later when Taku told me something, and